Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello.
to the W.O.P.P.
Hello. Welcome to the W.O.P.P.
How's it going, everybody?
Number two. We have our sweet PLC Psychic Love Child painting in the back.
Right back there.
Painted by Kyle Deuce.
I don't know how to say his last name.
I feel
I'm
like
not going
that's
to try
what it
it.
says on social media. But yeah, shout out to Kyle. Thanks for the sweet painting.
Kyle.
That
Thank
thing's
you.
fucking killer. We gotta hang it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some renovations in here.
Yeah, we're going to actually clear out some space by our coffee bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you had a good couple weeks since we last spoke to you. We've been busy boys. Matthew went ahead and had a baby this past
I didn't
week.
have a baby.
Oh, you didn't?
I was just really appreciating that I don't have to give birth the entire time. Actually, I bought a new coloring book. I was coloring that while my wife was in immense pain trying to give birth.
Sure.
And I was just like, I need coffee.
Matthew, what have you been listening to lately?
Man, I have not been listening to enough music. I've been watching too many podcasts.
What podcast are you watching then?
I felt like I was listening to a song. I don't know. Podcast, just Kill Tony, man. I was even going back watching some older Kill Tonys.
Pretty funny.
Pretty funny. I told you I found that really awkward one with Jeremiah. Was
Yeah.
like the guest host, and it was one of their last shows before they moved to Texas. So it was really awkward. You could feel like the tension of they're about to split.
Yeah.
But they were still doing the last few episodes.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. Why didn't his band just go with him?
I was wondering that too. I was wondering what the tension was. Is why aren't they? I guess maybe they're just hardcore. We can't leave LA. Or they're just mad that he was moving in the first place. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I heard a song yesterday from a band called Goat.
Oh yeah, Goat.
Called Bleed Out or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is Super Psych?
Yeah.
Okay, because Goat. That's probably the Goat I'm thinking of. There's a Goat.
Yeah, they're
song
from
I'll show you
Sweden.
late. I don't know. That would make sense. How weird they sound.
Yeah.
I thought they were honestly sort of Hispanic. Are you sure they're Sweden?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, because it played it on Pandora, and if it's
Maybe
from
I'm-
another country, Pandora tells you what country it's from.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I'm pretty sure
I'll
it's
have
the
to show
same.
you.
Pretty sure it's the same.
Because there was a Goat song I liked. It used to be on a playlist I had. That one playlist, and I loved that one.
It's a cool song. I actually, the first time I heard it, and then I heard it again, I thought it was way faster the first time I heard it. So it was weird, because it was what happened? But it's still pretty hot. I like that one. I wish I knew what the name of the song was.
I gotta listen to it.
And then I've also been listening to a lot of podcasts. Just the Bill Burr Monday Morning podcast. I started back in 2011.
How much of that, a day, do you listen to Bill Burr just ranting about shit?
Probably at least 2 hours.
Okay, that's less than I would have thought, actually.
Well, it just depends on the day and what I'm doing. Sometimes it's longer than that. Let's put it this way. I've been listening to it for a week and a half, and I started in January of 2011. I'm on July 4th of 2011, and he does one every week. So 4, 8, 12. I've listened to 16 to 20 episodes, so 20 hours basically of Bill.
20 hours of Bill.
He's
By
funny.
the end of it, you're gonna have heard
His whole life, and he's not even married yet.
I think
in
of
the
how much of
podcast.
Joe Rogan I've heard.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I don't really see
didn't
myself
need to
going
hear that
back
much
and
Joe
listening to Joe Rogan from 2011.
Yeah.
Bill Burr didn't really change. It doesn't seem like, but it is funny to hear his perspective. As I've only known him as someone who was married.
Joe Rogan has more cooler guests, and I mean I do sometimes he's good. I like him, but Bill Burr's he's funnier to me. I think.
He just cracks me up, and he doesn't. He's pretty smart dude, and he knows how to do a lot of shit, and he's interested in a lot of cool shit.
I do like.
He
that
loves
he's a drummer.
drumming, and he loves music. He constantly just drops random nerdy music shit, and then talks shit about how no one listening to the podcast even gives a fuck. He's yeah, you guys should check out this drum video. I know none of you give a fuck, but I really enjoyed it. It's
That's funny.
I don't know. I really enjoy listening to him. His advice, he gives advice at the end of every podcast to emailers, and they're always pretty good, but also pretty fucking funny. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's what I've been watching. It's good. What I've been listening to. Also, Silhouette of a Pinnacle by Riff Raff. Gonna throw that one out there. I've been enjoying that song quite a bit as well.
Please don't give that song.
Love the video. Raff, love what you're doing. Silhouette of a Pinnacle.
I did not. Yeah, I was watching The Quiet Place Part 2.
Haven't seen it.
Have you
I
seen
liked
the
first one. Yeah, I loved that movie.
I
can't believe they fucking, spoiler alert, can't believe they fucking had that kid get moited in the first scene.
Moited? That was kind of cool.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it was kind of cool to like draw you in. Like,
and they're married.
Right.
That's cool.
In real life.
Amelia,
yeah.
wait, what's her name? Blunt?
Blunt, yeah.
What's her first name? Emily Blunt.
Emily
right?
Blunt, yeah.
And then John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. Yeah. Jim.
Yeah. Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Asian Jim.
Also, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Wait, for one or two?
For one.
Okay, spoiler alert. Yeah, you've had 3 years to watch it, so.
Yeah. He dies, so he's not in this second one at all. So if you do like that dynamic.
Right,
but it has
right.
Cillian Murphy. Fucking
Tommy boy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Does he speak
I
English?
love Cillian
Is
Murphy.
he like, hello, mate? Hello, love. Hello, governor.
He has an accent. It's not like, extra.
But
He's
she's
not
British
Tommy.
as fuck too, though.
He's kind of a coward, but he's cool. She is.
But she doesn't speak
Yeah,
Britishly in that
Britishly?
movie. I don't know how you say that.
I don't know either. It made sense. I know what you're saying, so it worked.
But she talks like normal.
Yeah, she talks normal.
American-ish.
Yeah, normal.
No, we don't mean that.
No, yeah, she does an American accent because I get, America.
Oh yeah, they're in the middle of America. They're like in Kansas.
That is funny. They're both. He's Irish.
John is not. John's
no,
white.
He's American as fuck.
Yeah, John's white. That's Jack Reacher, boy.
Yeah, Jack Reacher.
You think Jack Reacher's gonna be a non-American?
No, it's good though.
Jack Reacher?
No.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that. So
Actually, kind of. John Krasinski now is giving the effect on me, not as bad.
Like Chris Pratt.
Oh, how did you know?
Because Chris Pratt's dope, and you just hate on him.
No, he's not
no,
dope.
Yeah.
He's
okay,
such a
look,
piece of
Star-Lord
shit
was
he's
cool.
Such a dick. He
I
just
liked the Star-Lord thing.
Star-Lord was cool.
Wasn't a fan of the Jurassic Parks. And
that
then
is
he
where
started
lost
getting all
it.
crazy
He just
religious
became
and
this
shit,
guy.
and I was like, "What are you?"
He's all like Mr. Cool now.
And
man.
well, he's like the poster boy for like conservatism, though. That's like what like role he went into was like
he did
being
go super
the good
like
old boy,
Christian
yeah.
and shit.
And I was like, "Why'd you do that? You used to be cool and funny, and now I'm like, He sold out."
Even if he stuck to being an actor,
and he divorced Amy Poehler.
Sucks now.
Right?
He fucking sucks.
He was
now.
married to Amy Poehler.
No,
he was married to.
that Anna Faris.
Anna Faris, but they're divorced now.
Yeah.
And now he's probably married to some like mega babe.
She was always like the slut in movies.
She was in Scary Movie.
Yeah.
She was in all the Scary Movies.
I just remember mainly from Observe and Report. She plays an awful character.
Yeah. She was in The House Bunny.
Yeah, see, she's
horrible.
Always playing.
I mean,
they're
they're bad movies.
What is that? A Quiet Place. Yeah, John Krasinski is almost sucking. He's not as bad as Chris Pratt. I fucking hate Chris Pratt now. But
I think the Quiet Place movie, the first one, I haven't seen the second one. The Quiet Place movie was good, and it's produced and written by John Krasinski as well, right? Like he did all of it.
Yeah, or he wrote it and directed.
Well, there you go. It's great.
I think
it's a good movie.
It's kind of the same.
Did you see The Town?
Same, but a little different. The second one, but I still thought it was better. The Town with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
No, I still haven't seen that.
I think that movie's great. Like it's like a. It's
most
like
people do.
It's
Most people
It's
like
like a a heist movie. I mean.
I think maybe that's why I've seen a lot of people make fun of it actually because the accents, right?
Yeah, I mean that's he plays into what he knows, I mean that's how he got his start, and that's where he's from, he plays that part. But it's a good film, well shot. The acting is okay,
Batfleck, man.
but it's all right. Yeah, Town was good.
I can pass on it.
Did you see Gone Girl? Didn't he do that one too? Did he?
Yeah, I like Gone Girl because that's David Fincher.
But did he write?
David Fincher.
He produced that or no?
Master.
Ben?
He
just acted in it?
He just acted in it.
Oh.
He was good in it.
I like that movie.
David Fincher
What a twist.
is notorious for like ridiculous amounts of takes, like hundreds of takes on like every fucking scene.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Which seems even more like a nightmare for editing something like that. Then he goes in an editing room with an editor, and they all go through like 100 fucking takes for each scene. Sounds like hell.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. No, thank you.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the McCartney doc? Did you
I
watch
haven't
any
seen
of it?
that
You
yet. No,
son
I
of
need
a
to.
bitch.
I know.
It's
I need
good.
To.
It's good.
It's just Paul though.
Well, who else is it? What, you want Ringo there? I mean, I'm not.
No. Yes, I want Ringo some more.
That's yeah. It's just McCartney, but he has a lot of cool stories, and I think it doesn't. It goes into his solo music a little.
Okay, listen.
A little.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
I respect and love Paul McCartney.
Yeah, okay.
But every old interview now that I see, it's like come on, old people ramble. They they're like, hey, Lord, yeah, I remember back in my day we were and you're like, dude, just get to the point. Like, the delivery is slow. I mean, he's also
Okay, he doesn't ramble, really. He really doesn't ramble. He tells a story, but it's pretty, like, concise. Like, it's pretty, but... Yeah, he does sound old. I mean, he sounds like...
Well, he does this video, that video he did where he, like,
Dude,
reads, like, when people Google stuff, and he reads it. You know what I'm talking about? And he answers it. He starts, rambling. I'm like, what are you even talking about, my man?
Dude, it's Paul McCartney.
I get it.
Everybody wants to hear every little thing he has to say. He's one of the very few human beings on this planet to live a life of that magnitude. Like, who does he? I mean, Britney is crazy.
Free Britney.
Yeah, whatever.
Michael
Hashtag trending.
I mean, look, old people ramble. And I don't blame him for that.
Okay, it's good though. Rick Rubin, maybe he did ramble, and the editing is good enough to where they're like, that was pointless.
Cut it.
Cut that shit. But the cool parts is Rick Rubin at the board with McCartney, and he's got every single track loaded up. So he's
what are they mixing?
The Beatles songs.
What Beatles songs?
Like
just different Beatles songs?
Yeah, basically songs Rubin's picked that are mostly the most popular ones, and
he does
he's
Rocky
pointing
Raccoon.
out. Definitely not. There's. Yeah, not much production going on there either, really.
Somewhere down in the mining hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon.
That's like Monty Python, They were like Monty Python before Monty Python.
Is that how he talks in an American accent, you think, Paul McCartney? That's his best American accent?
I don't know. I guess so. Is that McCartney? That's McCartney?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's he had some great ones.
He's great.
It's good. Trust me. If you're a Beatles fan,
no, I want to watch it.
I could be a nerd.
I want to watch it.
That
That documentary, 8 Days a Week, on Hulu. I thought that documentary was beautiful.
He tells a lot of cool stories that I've never heard before, and shit that I never knew.
Do they
about
show live
songs.
Stuff at all? Any footage?
No. No. But I'm telling you, the stories are good enough because if you, I mean, it's Paul McCartney. It's from
what's he wearing?
The man himself. What's he wearing? It's all black and white for some reason. It's black and white, and it's just them in a very dark studio, and that's the whole thing. I guess they do cut in some old things, but it's mostly pictures and stuff. It's really good though. 6 episodes.
Yep. All right. Yep. I'll check it out. Yep.
I didn't know. A Little Help from My Friends was a Ringo song. I hate most Ringo songs. Don't really
ever talk about Ringo like that, bro.
I know.
He sang the No song.
Hey, A Little Help from My Friends. That's one of my faves. I love Sgt. Pepper's, and I didn't know that was a Ringo song.
Octopus.
I was sweet.
Octopus Garden.
Yeah, that's terrible. I hate it. He loved country music. Octopus Garden kind of reminds me of a country song. I like to be.
Yeah, it's got like the slide and stuff.
Yeah. What was his? He also
let
did
us
Yellow
in.
Submarine. They all did sound the same.
In a yellow submarine.
Yeah.
I mean, look, dude. They had so much shit. Of course, some of them they switched and shit. That's cool. It's really cool. But then there were songs that they were like, "We're not playing that," and that's when Ringo was like, "All right, I'm making my solo album with the No song."
What the no?
Because the rest of the guys were like, Ringo.
Bro, he was on. I watched an interview because I guess it just reignited the fire watching that McCartney doc. I watched an interview with him and George Harrison in like the 80s. And Ringo, it was George being interviewed first on a British talk show, and then Ringo came out afterwards and they interviewed him. And man, he was like coked up or something. He was I don't know. George Harrison's always kind of off-put. Ringo's just like, he like owned the room. It was really weird. I got to show it to you. I was like, geez.
Sounds like my kind of
guy.
guy.
Was doing lines in the back before he came out.
Hell yeah.
Coming out confident. I mean, you're part of the Beatles.
Why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Let's see. What else have you been watching, bud? Anything good?
That's about it.
Been watching a lot of South Park when I go to bed. I've been listening to another podcast as I go to bed recently. It's called Get Sleepy, and they tell stories in a very quiet voice.
Dude, fuck no, I couldn't
as
do that.
you lay
I couldn't do
in
that.
your bed and wind down for the night. Take a deep breath. It's very relaxing. It puts me to sleep very quickly.
My wife loves that shit. Stuff like that.
My wife loves that shit.
Not quite
That's why
like
I listened
that.
to it. And
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
it worked.
I resist.
I think I fall asleep because of how much I hate it. You know, I'm like, oh, I just don't want to hear this anymore.
That makes more sense to me. That's hilarious. I couldn't do it. I do, though, annoy the fuck out of her because I like watching TV. To go to bed.
I do too.
She
The problem
doesn't
is I always watch TV though. I'll like be like, I'm just gonna throw it on and fall asleep, but then I'll hear something and I'm like, put my glasses back on, and then I finish the episode.
So I don't
I'm
have
like,
to deal with the
fuck.
glasses. I watch something for a minute when I first turn it on, and then eventually I'm like, all right.
What's really funny about the sleeping podcast is when they do like the advertisement. This podcast is brought to you.
It's a sleepy
by
time
Subway.
advertisement.
Subway has the new turkey sandwich, and you're like, that's delicious sounding, and I'm tired. I don't know. It's a bad situation. Yeah, I ripped the pen like 3 times before I lay down for bed, so
That's gotta help.
pretty much
too,
every
you
night.
know. You ever smoke, tobacco, right before bed, and you're hoping it'll put you to sleep, but it kind of does the opposite, and you're just like way too like.
Yeah, like when you try to go to sleep, you start thinking about like your taxes from 2 years ago. You're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Or you're like, you know what? I'm gonna check my LinkedIn real quick. Well, why do I need to look at that at fucking 2:30 in the morning?
You get locked onto.
Next
some
thing I know, I'm
random
like
tabs.
Googling this fucking company that's hiring a front end engineer, and I don't have any way to get that job.
The problem with having a phone, man, is just you're like, I'll do this right now. I can do it right now. I can take care of that right now. I can take care of this.
But then your phone is like designed to, like, once you look at it, you're fucked because you've got 10 other notifications that you're like, oh.
I'll look at my phone. There's nothing, and I'll set it down. I'll be like, zzz, like it knows I want something, and then it gives me something. I'm like, why'd you just do that now? It's kind of weird.
They're reading your mind.
A little creepy.
I'm in your mind.
Okay, what I wanted to see, what would you say is the worst album of one of your favorite bands? I know one of your favorite bands has, I would say, 9 out of 10 of them are terrible albums.
He's talking about Fall Out Boy, which is one of my favorite bands. It's not necessarily my favorite. It used to be my favorite for sure. But I think the worst is probably, oh man, that's so hard because a lot of them I hate for different reasons and a lot of them I love for different reasons. So I'd have to say my least favorite is the most recent, and it's really just because of one song. The first song on that album is so just lame and like
I think you've shown me
it's
that
so
too.
flat. Like I understand what they're doing, but it's just
That was
it
the
just
like
doesn't
Imagine
land.
Dragons, like
Yeah, it
sounding
kind of was like, dude, what are you guys? Come on. But some of the songs on that album I really do enjoy. They're super poppy, which I'm not super into, and as I'm older now, I don't like gravitate to that kind of music. So for me, listening to it the first time, I was like really uncomfortable. And then the second, third, fourth, fifth time that I gave it a chance, I was like, okay, yeah, these songs are not bad. They're just like super poppy. So it's not that the album's necessarily horrible. It's just my least favorite because it's the least like what I used to like that they did back in the day. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, my son is throwing a fit. So.
Very upset. I have too many kids. I was just drowning that out like it wasn't even happening. I didn't even notice it until you pointed
Okay,
it
so
out.
what's yours? Because mine is definitely
Ugh.
Mania, Fall Out Boy Mania. Mania.
I would say, my favorite band's probably the Black Angels. So the worst Black. That's a really fucking tough question.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons they're my favorite bands is because I feel like I love every fucking album almost. Oh, dude, that's killer. I don't know. They have so many. Maybe like a little EP. Could an EP count? Like a small EP?
Sure. Well, I don't know, because Fall Out Boy's EP. I mean,
I'll do an album. My least favorite. God damn, that sucks. Oh no, I know what it is. It's their second album, actually. It's the one right after Passover. It has some cool ones, but for the most part, they went like super drone.
oh yeah.
Like super, like
Is
kind
that
of
the one that's
almost
like black
doomy.
and white?
No, that's Passover, the first.
Okay,
very
so what's
first
the one you're talking
I
about?
don't know what the second one's cut. I can't remember it.
It's not the one
I'll
with
pull
like
it up on
it's
the
like
screen.
cartoony or whatever.
No, that was like third or fourth one. But yeah, their second one, it was just super droney. And then the next one after that, they just like wrote more songs instead of just like it sounded like a jam.
Yeah.
There wasn't much singing. There wasn't much structure. It didn't feel like. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other bands like I don't know, like Death Cab for Cutie. I love Death Cab, but I don't even know what I would say their worst album is because I kind of like them all. But the older ones, I guess I like favor the least because they're a little bit more like I don't know. They're just a different sound because it's like the early '90s,
Yeah.
They're like the mid '90s in Seattle, so they sound different. I still like some of it,
Sound
but it's
grungier.
it's grungier.
Really?
It's still Death Cab for sure, but it's definitely like grungier. Yeah,
That's fine.
like it's like faster and like actually rockier, but it's still kind of good. But yeah, no, I mean they really came into their sound with like Transatlanticism. I think maybe the photo booth was really good too.
Transatlanticism, I think that was the one that got me into him.
That was like I think probably their second most popular because Plans had "I'll Follow You Into the Dark" on it, and that song like blew up.
Plans. What was that one Sarah said? Or
That's on Plans.
Oh, it
so
is.
is
I thought that was on.
so is
Trans-
Where Soul Meets Body.
That's on Plans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, Plans is a banger.
Transatlanticism is like
No, I think what Sarah said is on Transatlanticism.
no, dude,
You think
it's
so?
not, no.
I don't know.
I don't
I might
think it
have you
is.
here. I might have you.
Actually, is it?
Because I remember that
You
was
might
like
be right.
separate from the album that I did listen to. Plans mostly, I think.
Yeah.
But I would go over to
I think you're actually right.
The
Love is
drums,
watching someone die.
the drum beat in what Sarah said, or what Sarah
That
said?
doom, bop,
It's like a shuffle.
yeah,
And
dude.
it's dude, it's
I love that.
so hot with the piano.
And it came to me then.
Yeah,
That song's so fucking sad too. It's about waiting for someone, like you're waiting in the waiting room for someone to die,
Oh,
like
really?
someone that you love is dying.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
like,
knew what it was about.
that's what
I didn't
he's
really
like.
pay attention to it.
It came to me then that every plan is a tiny prayer to Father Time, and I stared at my shoes in the ICU that reeked of piss and fluoride as I rationed my breaths and said to myself that I've already taken too much today, and each descending peak on the LCD takes you a little farther away from here, because there's no comfort in the waiting room. God, I don't even know why I was reciting that whole thing. But anyway,
you got lost in the poetry of it, man.
The nurse comes around, everyone lifts their head, and I'm thinking about what Sarah said. Love is watching someone die. And then he says, who's going to watch you die, like 6 times for the... Who's going to watch you die?
I haven't heard that song.
Such a good song, dude. That
in like fucking 10 years.
I listen to that song like every other day, probably.
Because you have that... you have... I don't know if I love or hate it. I'm pretty sure I hate it. But you have a playlist of like something you'll find today that you love, and you'll add it to this playlist of shit you were listening to when you were like 13.
Yeah.
And you have this giant, I'm probably a crazy person, and a lot of people do that I don't realize. Because I have like a bunch
Caitlin
of
doesn't do that.
weird...
Caitlin has a bunch of playlists.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
I put them all. I just star stuff. And
yeah,
I just listen to them on shuffle.
That drives me crazy.
I love it.
I mean, it's.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yes, and it's just like you can get something on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I like playing it when people are in my car, because then I like seeing how they react.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I listen to this too. I love this. Oh, Hamilton? Yeah, it's great.
I know my brother was trying to get me to go to... Did you ever hear of the Terminal? They were kind of local. They were local, I think. No, yeah, Christian rock. I don't even think they were Christian, but I think they were like from that scene, but they were trying not to be Christian. Anyways, it was forever ago I listened to that shit, and my brother was my older brother
Josh
was trying to get me to go. They're playing at Tulips. We just played Psychic Love Child at Tulips like 2 weeks ago.
That's cool.
And I was like, you didn't even come to my fucking show at Tulips. And he's like wanting me to go to this show.
Why didn't he come to our show?
I'm like, dude, you know what his excuse was? He said someone asked him out to hang out like last minute. And I was like, so he just decided to go hang out.
Why don't you tell him to come with you to the show?
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I wish he was there. We had a good time. But this band's awful. And we listened to him 10, 15 years ago. And he's like, it's a reunion. And I was like, I just can't even do it for the nostalgia even.
Do it for the community?
I can't even do it for the community.
Do a kickflip for the community?
Kickflips. Is that real?
I'm learning kickflips, by the way. I'm going to learn a kickflip by the end of the month. Dude, by my 30th birthday, I'm going to land a kickflip.
You did. You're doing way better than me. I cannot.
Well, I used to skate when I was a kid.
Yeah. Sure.
When I was
you did. I'm sure.
When I was like 13, 14, I did.
How long though? How long?
For like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not like I wasn't like good. Because I just started hanging out. I started partying, honestly. That's why.
Actively, like, you were, or this is just like a fun.
I was like in middle school. My friend Chris had like a 9-foot quarter pipe in his front yard, and we used to fucking just go crazy on that thing. And he used to do like 12 stairs and shit. And then he quit skating, and then I quit skating. I would do like shove-its. I could ollie like a 3-stair maybe.
Yeah.
But I was like fearless then. Now I'm just horrified. Like I'm scared that I'm gonna break all my shit.
You will.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to wear pads because I don't want to look lame. Like I know that I should wear pads. In fact, Talia got me a gift card for the Point, and she wanted me to buy pads, and I bought shoes instead.
Yeah, it's hot shoes.
Because the Vans rip really fast. That's the only reason I don't want to keep using my Vans.
What do you mean rip
Bro,
really
did you
fast?
look? I'll show you my shoes.
How old were they before?
Not old.
No.
I mean, not old at all. But they're also, those were felt.
I'm about to say.
Those are canvas.
Yeah, you got to get the right.
Well, the Nike
right
SBs those are badass skate shoes. So
you're an SB.
Well, everyone, that's going to be it for this week. We're running out of time on our camera here, so peace.